cliff. I can see him out there. He'll be coming back into view very shortly. Now, although these birds are traditionally an aerial acrobat, they're also incredibly avid scavengers. So I can see him here on the ground. You may have seen something opportunistic to have a little nibble on. Just give him another second to get airborne. Yeah, the breeze coming off the harbour's pretty good, but if the direction's not right, he's not going to be very comfortable in it.
Oh, it's coming back.
Tricked you. Go again? Well, here's a whistling kite. So these guys are pretty prominent in mainland Australia. They can be found in flocks of up to 50 or 100 at a time. All of that. Check out that Majesties. Now these whistling kites have been known to snatch their food out of the air, drop it onto the surface or a body of water, and wait for a fish to come up and snatch that little bit of food, and then they will take the fish. So they are incredibly smart. I feel like he's probably just sitting on the roof today, not getting the support he needs from those winds. We'll just give him a minute. Let him wait it out. There he is. Alright, he's gone back up. Try that one again. Here we go. Nice. Well, while we've been spending this time looking up at that incredible whistling kite Dixie, many other birds have been spending that time looking down. And they're all searching for their own opportunities to feed. And an emu egg like this, it's going to be the ultimate prize for Australia's third largest hawk, the black-breasted buzzard. Well, everyone, this is Slammer, and even with that sharp hooked beak and those funky talons, still needs a bit of help to get inside this item, and that rock is the perfect tool for the job. Short work of that today, Slammer. Well done. She's a seasoned professional. She's been doing this since the beginning. One of the original cast members of the Free Flight Bird presentation. 25 years strong. Well done. You see that drive, that instinct is so strong. She's going to persevere. Yeah. Make sure there's nothing left. Well done, girl. Now, we tend to associate tool use like this with humans and other primates. So it's pretty cool to see a bird like Slammer able to achieve her goals like that. But it goes to show we may have a little bit more in common with birds than what we previously thought.
Well, you ever have that feeling you're being watched? Owls are everywhere. And while you may not always see them in your backyard, they can see you out in the country and even right here in the city.
Oh, over there.
Everyone, this is Ripley, a barking owl. And she likes to hunt during the day. In fact, around half the world's owls will regularly hunt during daylight. It's all about what they like to eat. Barking owls, they'll eat other birds.
And it's using these powerful feet that they can take down birds that are as large or even larger than themselves. But as the sun goes down, a barking owl, they're going to look to hunt something a little bit different. They might...
It's really great to have owls out there restoring the balance. In fact, I'll let you in on a little bit of a secret we have here at Free Flight Birds. We used to have a pretty bad rat problem. Yeah, they were running around all over the place. But fortunately, since those owls have moved in, the rats, they've moved out. And I can honestly say that that problem was now behind us. So glad you're excited. The owls are doing such a good job, don't you think? Yeah. Now a single owl, they can be eating around 1,000 rats and mice in about a year. It's estimated that a pair with chicks, well, they could be catching up to 3,000 more. So it's safe to say that a family of owls in your backyard is one of the most beneficial neighbours that you could hope for.
Absolutely right. You know, as it gets darker and darker, it becomes harder and harder to see. And although owls are renowned for their superb vision, it's their prey that's just not always visible. So a keen sense of hearing and nearly silent flight are just two of the adaptations that an owl can use to hunt its prey. I'm hoping if we're quiet in the theatre, we'll get to experience the silent flight for ourselves. Hear anything? Well, everyone, this is Wraith, and Wraith is a barn owl. And barn owls are actually one of the world's most common owls to be found close to people. So no matter where you live, if you take that time to look up, you may see one of these incredible birds flying overhead. Now, many cultures around the world have regarded these birds with fascination and with awe, seeing them as a symbol of wisdom, as messengers, and some cultures even consider these birds to have the powers of prophecy. But on the flip side to that, they've also been feared. They've been believed to be ghosts or the cause of many ghost stories, like the Banshees of Ireland, and some cultures also consider these birds to be bad omens. But no matter your beliefs, owls have undoubtedly had one of the longest standing connections to culture and to people all around the world. Thank you, Kelsey. Now, all the birds. Now, the ancient Incans of Peru believed that the sun was so big it couldn't possibly find its way into the sky by itself. It needed help. And that help came on the wings of one of the largest flying birds in the world. Cast your eyes up this way and meet our Andean condor. Thank you. Coming to stage on 3 meters worth of wing. Now, Kinera is a vulture, and as a vulture, this is exactly what she'd do in the wild, sticking that long head and neck deep inside the carcass of a dead animal. But you know what? Eating the dead can be a pretty messy job, so she's got a couple of adaptations to help her out, one of which is that nearly bald head and neck. It's not actually bald, it's got small hair-like feathers on it, which means that any blood and guts that gets on her face is just going to dry in the sun and flake right off. It means she stays nice and healthy herself. And that's really important because in certain parts of the world we've been losing vultures, certain populations up to 99% in the last 10 years alone. That means other animals, things like feral dogs are coming in, but they're just not doing the job as well as a vulture. So things like anthrax and rabies finding their way into the human population. So we really need to look after these birds so they can look after us, otherwise they may just disappear. Thank you, Erin. Thank you, Kinera. Now, we don't actually have vultures here in Australia, but we do have other birds that perform a similar role in the ecosystem. Things from your Australian raven all the way up to the majestic wedge-tailed eagle. But those birds, they're just a small portion of the over 800 species of bird that calls this beautiful country home. And just over 50 of those are the parrots, which means for most of us here, we're pretty lucky. All it takes is a step into our own backyard, maybe down the local park if you live in a unit like me, and we're able to witness these incredible birds that really are all around us.
as we expand our
Nice.
Now many birds, they rely on tree hollows, and these provide them with a secure home. And with that, a place where they can nest and thrive.
Now Geary here, he's a male red-tailed black cockatoo, and they're not a New South Wales native, but we are blessed with an incredible diversity of bird life. Here at Taronga, we're very proud to be a sanctuary, and not just for the animals in our care, but for people and for local wildlife as well. In a word, Taronga really is habitat. For our next encounter, we have a couple of volunteers who are going to help us out to demonstrate how important habitat is by being a tree. So if you guys would like to stand up for me, that would be great. And here comes Monotoka. Monotoka looks a little bit different to Geary, and that's because she's a female. So Geary's plain black with a plain red tail. Monotoka has these beautiful yellow spots, and her tail is striped from yellow through to orange into a deep red as well. Okay, go for it. No, you. Now, Monotoka gets her name from one of the flowering plants found in her region, which is a really excellent reminder for us to the important roles these birds play in the ecosystem.
Now these birds, they are seed dispersers. And while cockatoos are often seen as messy or destructive eaters, they're helping trees to grow and allowing entire ecosystems to flourish.
Now, Kelsey mentioned tree hollows when she had Geary out here. This is also really important. It's one of the biggest pressures they face in the wild. The tree species these birds build their nests in can sometimes take up to 150 years to get big enough in order to house a species of bird like this.
If you'd like to help wildlife in your own backyard, you can by installing an artificial nest box, just like the green and white one on the speaker pole below us. Scan the QR code there, it'll take you to the plans on how to source and install one of your very own.
Got the sunflower seed in the tree. That's cool. You can have that. Now, in honour of World Environment Day, and thanks to our sponsors, City Australia, we'd like to offer our volunteers a zoo pass and a behind-the-scenes encounter for a later day. Thank you. Now, going home and installing a nesting box like this, it's a really worthy cause, but it's a take-home action. If you want to help out while you're here today at the zoo, you can. You come down after the show and make a donation. Now, we installed this box here close to 10 years ago now, and in that time, with your support, this one box alone has raised nearly $500,000. And every cent's gone to helping Taronga's conservation species all around the world. And for nearly 20 years, we've been paying special focus to this little native on the front. It's known as a regent honeyeater. Now, it used to be found in flocks of tens of thousands, but sadly now it's believed that there are under 300 individuals left out in the wild. Every year, Taronga's breeding more birds to help prop up that wild population. We're also out there planting thousands of native trees to ensure that there is a wild to return them to. So if you'd like to help out with this and make a change, come down after the show. You can pop a coin or note in the box there. You can even tap your card. And if you do happen to donate $5 or more, we have a series of pins like the ones we're wearing now. And we'd like to offer one of those as our way to make a change.
Thanks, Chris. You know, it really is with all of your support that we see a bright future. Where the skies and our backyards are filled with birds. And it all starts by simply picking up.
heading down to the free flight birds. We hope you guys have had a great day at the zoo, and we look forward to seeing you all next time.
How many tigers?
Discard the rest of him and make bed. Go on.